Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Sri Lanka. It's a day where we're hoping for clear skies and better weather condition. It is the 30th of October. It is a Tuesday, and thank you for joining us. My name is Ryan, and taking you through the major stories that has made it through the dailies for today, 30th of October. Well, of course, headline reads, country gripped by rain, cyclone fears. People evacuate from Kucheveli to Jaffna, 4,000 families displaced, roads inundated, tanks overflowing. Amid more rains and stormy weather being predicted in the next few days, the country has been gripped by heavy rains and floods, with many cyclonic conditions developing in the northwest coastal areas. People residing within 500 meters along the coastal belt from Kucheveli to Jaffna were evacuated last evening due to the possible threat of a minor cyclone, which was to enter the country from Maldives coast around 2 a.m. today, according to an official. Now, a quick look at the rainfall that was experienced in the country from 8:30 in the morning to 8:30 p.m. last night. Looking at the top 5, Norelia had 44.7 millimeters of water of rainfall, Vaunia with 49.8 millimeters, Baticolo with 69.3, Pulanaro with 75.1, and Colombo experiencing the heaviest of rainfall with 76.9 millimeters. So just in case you're wondering about the road condition yesterday, that is the reason we had 76.9 millimeter of rainfall from 8:30 in the morning yesterday till 8:30 in the evening. Now looking at another news here, bad news. Let me say it again. Bread prices up by 2 rupees. CAA vows to take legal action. The price of a 450-gram loaf of bread was increased by 2 rupees with effect from midnight yesterday. All Ceylon Bakery Owners Association Chairman N.K. Jayawardena said the decision to increase prices of all bakery products, including bread, has been taken following the price hike on wheat flour last Friday. Now, checking on the inside section of the daily. Other bad news here, it reads, WB pulls out due to lack of transparency as the World Bank has withdrawn its assistance for capacity development of the parliamentary oversight committees, the Committee on Public Enterprise, and the Public Accounts Committee on the basis that the government has not agreed to bring about necessary changes in the legal structure, informed sources said. Now, another also quite alarming story, Bear Lake washes up dead fish. Yes, hundreds of fish have been washed up dead on the shores of Bear Lake, situated in the heart of Colombo. The phenomenon was seen in the past years as well, where concerns about environmental pollution were raised. Oh, alarming one. Now let's move on to the business section of the dailies. And first headline reads, dip in tea prices, a worry, crop shortfall narrows. Recent auctions in Colombo have witnessed a significant downward trend in prices for low grows, causing a fresh round of concerns for the tea industry. According to an expert, averages have been plummeting steadily from 452 rupees at sale of number 38 of 26 September to the recent 407.31 rupees at the recently concluded sale of number 41 of 16-17 October. Also, coalition against corruption to be launched tomorrow. A coalition will be formed on Wednesday to fight against corruption in the country. For the first time in history, representatives of trade unions, civil society organizations, academics, media personnel, artists, and public will meet at the new town hall, Colombo 7, to form the coalition against corruption. And also, you might have heard about this. New York police arrest 2 Lankan Tamils over phony ATM cards. 2 men were under arrest in New York for allegedly carrying hundreds of fraudulent ATM cards and $55,000 in cash, according to the New York police. A police officer noticed that 2 men in a bank lobby on Friday night stuffing cash into their backpacks and followed them to another lobby where they repeated the process. And now let's move on to sports. And this is great news in the sports section. Sri Lanka starts season as number 1 ranked T20I side. Yes, West Indies and India can finish the year on top of the table. Sri Lanka and New Zealand will launch what will be an interesting couple of months of 2020 internationals when the 2 sides go head-to-head in one-off play in Pallekele on Tuesday. That is today. As many as 7 T20s featuring most of the top-ranked sides are confirmed to be played across the globe before the turn of the year. And if Sri Lanka loses in Palakale, then there could be a change at the top of the table on at least 2 occasions. So we're starting off the season right. Sebastian Vettel wins Indian Grand Prix. Alonso second. Yes, Red Bull Sebastian Vettel won the Indian Grand Prix on Sunday and stretched his Formula One championship lead over Ferrari's Fernando Alonso, who was battling second to 13 points with 3 races remaining. Okay, let's now look at the international side. If we are suffering from heavy rains and strong winds in the country, same goes to the east coast of the United States. We're talking about Hurricane Sandy, which has now been downgraded, but massive flooding, high winds, and widespread power outages hit the east coast as Sandy regains speed moving inland. The National Hurricane Center says the former hurricane, packing torrential rains and winds, roared ashore about 8 p.m. Monday, and Sandy has already knocked out electricity to more than 2 million people and figured to still affect tens of millions more. And just before its center reached land, the storm was stripped of hurricane status, but the distinction was purely technical based on its shape and internal temperature. It is packed hurricane. It's still packed hurricane force wind, and forecasters were careful to say it remained every bit as dangerous to the 50 million people in its path. Now, a very interesting side story regarding hurricane, or what was once known as Hurricane Sandy, is the story about the guards at the tomb of the unknown soldier. This is in Arlington. Okay, according to this, Hurricane Sandy, it's expected to slam the East Coast, but they will not abandon their posts. Yes, the guards to the tomb of the unknown soldiers in Arlington National Cemetery will remain on duty. Yes, despite the hurricane or the onslaught of the hurricane. So, very interesting story. And for more of the lighter side of the news, they just released the 25 worst passwords of 2012. According to technology experts, I don't know how they got to get to do this, but apparently everything can be known, whether for as long as it's online. These are the 25 worst password of 2012. I'm not gonna go through the 25. I'm just gonna give you the top 15, just in case one of these is your password. It means please change it because it's one of the worst passwords. At number 15, master. Number 14 is sunshine. 13th worst password, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next, number 12 is trust no one. Trust no one. Number 11, I love you. One word. Number 10 is baseball. Number 9 is 111111. Believe it or not, folks, these are passwords. Number 8 is dragon. Number 7 is let me in. I actually know someone whose password is let me in. 6 is monkey. 5 is QWERTY, like the QWERTY keyboard. 4 is ABC, 1, 2, 3. Number 3, if number 13 was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the third worst password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The second worst password, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the 2012 worst password is password. So just in case you've heard your password and with those words that I mentioned, please change your password. We got a lot more. We got a set of interesting stories to share with you, but first we need to take a very short break. More of GMSL.